In these perilous times, see from current events how biblical prophecy is coming to pass in front of our eyes. You're watching In the Last Days, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. With Martin and Nathalie Blackham, thank you to our friends and partners who make this program possible. Now, here's Martin and Nathalie.
Hi, welcome to the In the Last Days television program with myself, Martin Blackham, and with my wife, Nathalie Blackham, for this special ITLD update. And we welcome you wherever you're watching today across the United Kingdom and further afield now with our friends at Revelation TV and also by YouTube. And so we want to warmly welcome you wherever you're tuning into the In the Last Days television program, the program that looks at Israel and the news, and we do features and interviews. Now, one of the things we really enjoy on the ITLD updates is to talk about your emails and letters and that you've sent in, so we're going to go through a few of those. We've got also some news from Israel, and also we'll be talking about how you can support the program. And I think you've got some Hebrew as well, Nathalie, haven't you, to share with the viewers today. They really enjoy when you've got something from the Hebrew language to tell us about.
Yes, of course. We're always very happy to speak about the Hebrew language and always ready. You know how the Hebrew language is so important, and it's like the building block of creation. And I was doing yesterday, we can say also to you, we do a newsletter weekly to give you some news of Israel, but also sometimes teaching, different things of what's happening around here. So yesterday I've done a special one about the Hebrew language.
And how do they get the newsletter?
Oh, you can just go on our website and you can see, click for the newsletter. You put your name down and
email address.
Yeah, the email address, and they will receive it quickly. And so I was doing a bit more work, and there is always things to discover. And because it's like you start to know something new, and after you know about the world of the Hebrew language, which is something extraordinary. And what I was learning, because there is so much to learn, is like you do one step, you chew it, and you do another step, and you chew it. And yesterday, what I was discovering even more deeply is like God created the Hebrew language before creating the world. And he created the world with the Hebrew language. It's like building blocks, and it's just extraordinary. And if you want, you can read it also in my book. It's not very long. It's really introduction for understanding the Hebrew language, and it's been done now in Dutch. This is the Dutch edition, and we are doing the German one. And hopefully we're working also on the French one. Anyway, so amazing. I just want to give you a little of overview today for our new people. This is the Hebrew language, all the letters. And so this is the first letter. I've put them in this way because we can see things. There is it's an alphabet, but you can see it's also pictures. And so this is the first letter, and it goes all around there. And you have some letters at the bottom there, and this is letters that you use at the end of a name. So like a mem, a me, if it's at the beginning of a name, is put in a certain shape, which is this one. And if it's put at the end of a name, it will be closed. So again, there is a lot of things about that. Anyway, so one of the things that I wanted to show you today, which is amazing, if you take the first letter and if you take the middle letter, exactly the middle one, and if you take the last one, you have the name Emet, which means truth. And again, yesterday I was learning more things about it, and it's like, why are the letters so far away? It's like the one right at the beginning, one exactly in the middle, and the very last one. And it's like they were giving also understanding, saying, see, when you find the truth, you have to work for it, and you can't find it all in one go. You have to go here and you have to go there. And so you can see it. It's like the alphabet, the Hebrew one, is all there. You have teaching inside of it, okay? there is also something beautiful in it. And you know, when you will see, you will know, I'm sure, about, like Jesus say, I'm the Alpha and Omega, which is the Greek way of saying it. And many people know about that. So if you say it in Hebrew, it will be, I am the Aleph and the Tav, the first letter and the last letter. And so he's saying that, you know, I'm part of that. And one thing again, if you put all the letters there, you can see there a name, and this is Melech, and this means the king. So he is the beginning and the end, but he is also in the middle, right in the middle, and he's the king. And he's the king of the universe. And there is so many things like that just in the Hebrew language.
Now, if they want to get hold of the book, either the English version or the Dutch version,
Okay.
how do the viewers at home
You're right.
get them?
There is all the information on the website, but the Dutch one, you will get it, all the information is on the website, but you will get it from Holland, and it's Christian friend of Israel who's done the work, and so they will receive it from over there. But I know that there is some Dutch people even living in England, and they might be happy to have a book in, you know, in their mother tongue, because when you read things in your mother tongue,
So they can order it online. By just, all you need to do is to go to our website, and where it's got the beauty of the Hebrew language, you'll see some Dutch flag, I think it is, and they can click that, and then you just they click the link there, and they go to the page where you can order the Dutch book.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not just the Hebrew language. It's like, you know, as the bride, like you can see again Shabbat, Shabbat is very special. Or I had something about that. Maybe I can just speak a bit about it. I just do a very quick Hebrew lesson for you today. Shabbat, again, is like the shin, the bet, and the tav. Shabbat. And if you put the three letters together, is the name Shabbat, is the time to rest, is the time when God say, now I've done all the things that I had to do, now is the time where we can enjoy. And if you look even in the letter, the shin is like a flame, and we always put 2 candles for Shabbat, so it's like 2 candles for Shabbat. And after you have the bet, and the bet is in your house, so you put your 2 candles in your house. Is not the congregation and the church, I mean, the congregation is not the first part of what God is doing. It's in the house. The house is so important. So we put our 2 lights in our house, and the last letter is Tav. And the last letter, Tav, also represents Emet, what we were saying. So it's like we put our candles in our home, and we are proclaiming every Shabbat, truth will prevail. And this, I find that just amazing.
And we've also had some emails from our viewers. We've even had we had a card from Germany, so I'm going to start with that. This was from Bjorn in Hamburg in Germany. So people are watching in all over Europe. We know that. It says you had a young Israeli lady on one of your programs. The Israeli lady began to cry when she was talking about the Hamas tunnels. I'm praying for the young lady, and this was a program that we did, an ITLD update, which we did when there was the war, the Operation Protective Edge, and Bjorn's talking about when we had some video of a lady explaining about the problem of the tunnels. So, you know, thank you very much for your encouragement. You know, the importance of getting the news correctly from Israel can't be understated, and we know that we're in a media war, and so this is one of the raison d'etre of why we do the In the Last Days, is to provide you as watchmen with the news and features and information as to what's going on. Now, we also had this is from Northern Ireland, from Ivor. And Ivor said, I've caught the last half an hour of the second Richard Landes program this morning. Excellent interview. Richard Landes was articulate and concise, great advocate for Israel. Well done. And, you know, it's tricky to get guests. And, you know, we invite people that are really going to help you. And this was a very important program. that we did with Richard Landes. You can catch up with a lot of the programs, and now Revelation Television are putting them on their website, the In the Last Days TV program, and you can also look on our website, which is www.inthelastdays.com, and we store some of the programs that we've done. And
we do all the program now on we have a channel YouTube, so if you miss it, you can just catch it on the YouTube, and you can watch it again, because sometimes there is so much information, you know, it's nice to see it again. Or you can also say to your friends, hey, look, I watched that, and you know, this is interesting. Or watch it even with a prayer group, and you know, is there for being used, so it's important.
And this is again from Northern Ireland. So we've got a few people, Natalie, who are watching in Northern Ireland. So a big hello if you're watching today from Northern Ireland. This is from Stephen, and he says, thank you, Martin and Richard, because this was the interview again with Richard Landes, for speaking the truth about Israel. The European and other media delight in distorting the truth about Israel, and many follow those lies and translate them into anti-Semitism and the murder of Jews. Please keep sharing the truth about Israel and God's chosen people. The nations and the church have lost sight of God's promise to Israel and the blessings or curses that fall on on individuals, families, or nations for failing to stand with Israel. Many are reaping these curses in the form of financial crisis, natural disasters, and terrorism. This is very true, Stephen. This is really like a revelation, because it says, I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. And in fact, he quotes Genesis 12:2-3. So thank you so much, Stephen from Northern Ireland. By the way, if you want to email us, you can email us at info@inthelastdays.com, and we'll do our best to read your email out on the programme. This is from Bob and Sophie from the centre of England. It says, great interview. This is again Richard Landes. There's a few people really enjoyed the interview. It says, great interview, so good to hear the truth. Bless you all at Revelation TV and In the Last Days. And it's thanks to the support of Howard and Leslie Conda and the team at Revelation TV that we're able to do the programme and to broadcast to the nations. And I think they just had their 12th birthday. I believe it was their 12th. And we've just had our 10th. It's our 10th anniversary. And this is from Janice, from Jan in the north of England. She said the programmes with Dr. Martin Sherman, who we had on recently, were so informative. Thank you. And you know, when we do the interviews, the real reason that we get the people into the studio is to get you informed that these people that you can have access to by the programs you might not ever be able to meet or to learn, and the importance of the information that they have. For example, Dr. Martin Sherman was talking about the close or the proximity of the Green Line to Ben Gurion and to the National Highway in Israel. And these kind of facts are vital for those of you who are advocates for Israel. And we know that a lot of you who watch the program are advocates and are standing for Israel, and this information will help you with that. Now, we didn't give your name, but it's very interesting. It says, a Christian in Southampton. Hi, our church has recently received an email this morning from northern Iraq. ISIS has taken the towns there and have beheaded Christian children for not renouncing Jesus. And the ISIS are systematically going through homes searching for Christians. Please urgently pray for these people, for their faith, strength in our wonderful Almighty God. Please pray for protection for them. And we know that, I want to get onto that as part of the news of what's happening in the world with ISIS. Is so important for us to be informed about things like that as well. So it's one of the things we want to do on the In the Last Days television program, is to inform you at home what's happening with this battle. Now, I'm nearly there. This is from Jane and Mike. We do enjoy your programs. Take care, and thanks for keeping us well updated about Israel. Thank you, Jane and Mike. And then I think a final one, this is a letter. You can also write to us. Our address is In the Last Days television program, PO Box 284, Har Adar, Israel 90836. And we'll be putting that information on the screen so that you can write to us as well. We really appreciate your letters. And this is a letter from Jeff. He's from the north of England. He says, "Dear friends, as a regular," and by the way, this has come in the last few days from Jeff. It says, "As a regular viewer of In the Last Days television program, could you please provide me of details as to how I can support your work?" And it says, "Thank you so much, and may I encourage you with the great things that you're doing." So thank you so much, Jeff. I've actually just written to Jeff, so you should be getting, by the time this program goes out, that you will have hopefully have received that, Jeff. But if you haven't, then just drop us a line. You can write to us. And by the way, if you want to support us, we are currently finishing a equipment costs, studio equipment costs at about £8,000. So they can help with that, can't they, Natalie? They can. You can support us with that. And there are various ways you can support us. You can go to our website and you can click on the donate page, and there's information as to how to donate all on that page. You can donate via PayPal. You can also send a check or postal order payable to Blackham Family Ministries, not In the Last Days TV program. I'm sorry, some people have sent them to In the Last Days, and please could you make the checks or postal orders payable to Blackham Family Ministries. We'll be putting the details on the screen for the address, because I know that you're watching the program, you say, "Martin, I haven't got time to write the information down," and you've gone on to something else.
But you can also find it on the website.
And you can go to the website, but we'll try and put the information on again before the end of the program, so that if you've just rushed off to get a pen, you can write. And one of the things I was talking about, the support of the program, one of the things that I was thinking about in the last week or so was that it's so important for you to be involved in this. I know that a lot of you are watching, that you are regular viewers, a lot of you are praying for the program, and we really appreciate that. And a lot of you are sharing it with other people, and again, that's great. But those who are standing with us financially, it's like an army. And the people who are standing with us financially are becoming part of the In the Last Days television program. You're not just watching it, and you're not just, you're an active part. And this is, I can't oversay this, because it's so important, the people who are helping us, because the program isn't just for us. The program is meant to be so that you can be informed. Now, to do that, to do these programs, we need to have financial supporters who are involved with the program, who are not just, and again, even as a financial support, you can also be involved with other things, actively telling others about the program. But it's this army of people that is holding our arms. And it was interesting looking at in the Torah where Moshe is in a battle, and this is a battle. It's a media warfare. He's in a fight, Nathalie, and he finds himself unable to uphold his arms, and
people are
helping to uphold his arms, and the people who are,
and not only that, because they are doing that, they are winning. Because he couldn't do it by himself. He needed to be there as an intercessor, but they needed to be there to make the war a success.
And it's exactly the same for Revelation TV.
And Joshua was the one active doing what he has to do. So there is the warrior, you have the intercessor, and there are the helpers.
Right.
And they are all very important.
And it's because of these people who are helping that we can do the job. So I'm maybe I'm overstating this a little bit, but I really think that it's important. I know there's people watching today, and you haven't been financially involved. It doesn't have to be a lot. If you can give £10 a month, that's a huge help for this work. And you don't realise that everybody, if people who are giving regular donations of £10 is an army. And it's like you're not just giving £10, you are saying, I am supporting this work, I am standing with it.
And not only that, because we have also this 8,000, we really want to see this equipment finished to be paid, and it's 8,000. 8,000 is nothing. If 800 people are giving £10, ding, that's it, it's finished, and we know that it's done, and we can move on, with other things, and it's important. And there was a passage we were speaking about that last week together in the kitchen. And do you remember about Shalom Shalom Yerushalayim, which is like pray, is translated in English, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim. But when you look at the name Sha'alu, it's not prayer it's not the word that we use usually as prayer. It's Sha'alu, which is like asking. Like inquiry. Is like what, so when you put it really in proper English and in action thing, is like, what can I do today for the peace of Jerusalem? And so suddenly is like, hey, I can do something. It's not just them who are in Israel, it's not just the Jewish people, it's all of us who are partakers of building the peace of Jerusalem, and it's an action thing. So when we pray, we do also an action. And like you are watching the program, and it's good, it's wonderful, it's very good. But also you can say, hey, now I want to give for this equipment, because you need equipment to be able to connect and to do the TV program. And this is your part in building the peace for Jerusalem. And this is exciting. We can all be part of that.
And the people don't have to. You don't have to be on the internet. I know that there's viewers, Nathalie, who are watching and saying, "Well, Martin, I don't have access to the internet." But you can send a check or a post or a cross postal order. You can go into your post office and obtain a postal order, or if you have a bank account, many of you still have checks from I know that they're going out now with the credit cards, but you just have to write the check to Blackham Family Ministries and then send it to our good friends Steve and Lorraine Holmer-Stewart.
But even I was realizing that you can go to a Barclays bank and you take our bank account and you just give some money like that straight away, which is like doing your...
We did have some issues with giving information out publicly with bank accounts, so we can't do that today on the program. But if you write to us at the address, we will send you a bank direct debit form. I think I've got one even here somewhere. We'll send you one of those, which is you just pop that, you fill it in, pop it into your local branch of your bank, and they will do all the work for you. And of course, these things you can cancel at any time. So it's just a very, a lot of people don't have the time. You may have the time to support us, but you don't have the time to keep sending checks or post orders. And the easiest way is to do in fact, this form was actually the result of one of our supporters who said, the television program, you need to have a bank direct debit form so people can. So this actually is the result of somebody who cared about the program and wanted us to be able to have financial support. And it's being actively involved. And I think this year, and it's our 10th anniversary. I think we're saying to you, it's a time now not just to be watchers, but to be doers. And to be actively involved, like Nathalie was saying, not just praying for the peace of Jerusalem, but actively involved in making the peace of Jerusalem happen by supporting the work that we're doing on the program. Now, we've got some interesting guests, and I've just got time as we come to the end of the program just to mention them. We're in the middle of an Israeli election, which as the program goes out, we'll still be in the election season. I believe it's going to be the 17th of March 2015 when the election happens. And we're having in the studio, from a member of Knesset will be coming in, Rabbi Dov Littman, who many of you have told us and written to us to say that you've really enjoyed his programs. He's coming in to talk about the Israeli election, and that's one of the programs coming up. We've also got a very special guest, Yehuda Glick, Rabbi Yehuda Glick, who many of you will remember was on our programs. He was unfortunately the victim of a terrorist attack, an assassination attempt, and he's going to be coming in. He's also been on the BBC recently as well, hasn't he, on the Hard Talk program. So we're going to
This is the whole, I mean, it's obviously terrible that he has this attempt murder on him, but it's like he raised the awareness of what's happening on the Temple Mount. And a lot of people are speaking about it now compared to what it was before. And there was a very good article. Again, if you want to know more of what we are doing, I have a Facebook, and I have a Facebook, Nathalie Blackham, and we have also a Facebook In the Last Days TV program.
Mm-hmm.
And so we put some articles because we can always speak about all the things that is going on. There is so many things happening, but there was a very good article, and I put it this morning on the Facebook, and it's about Yehuda Glick and why he's part of the Likud. And
they're going to have to tune into the program. You're going to have to watch that program. So that's coming up. It's been great to be with you today. Don't forget you can email us at info@inthelastdays.com, and remember, we're living in the last days.
You've been watching In the Last Days, a TV program with Martin and Nathalie Blackham, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. If you would like to financially support the program or find out about conferences, meetings, or ministry products, then please contact us with the details on your screen. Visit our easy-to-use website at www.inthelastdays.com and register for our free e-newsletter. Get the latest news from Israel, product information, online video teaching, or watch today's TV program at a time that's convenient to you. Thank you again, friends and partners, for making this program possible.
See you same time.